people sign up. And we got McQueen for the 13th.
Awesome.
And he said he was good the next week. So it was a matter of, I gave him some dates and times, and he hasn't gotten back to me yet. But we talked about the Airbnb, VRBO, pandemic kind of thing. So
nice. Yeah, that I'm hoping that we get him in for the Airbnb VRBO deal. That's one you've been speaking highly of for actually well before the pandemic. So
yeah, it's really good. So I'm hoping it's still relevant. I mean, initially when COVID started, it really was, and now we're this far in. But cases are picking up again, so who knows?
I would have thought with the pandemic that Airbnbs, VRBOs, and all that stuff would have really, really had a hard time. But I had a client that I refinanced that he had a VRBO, Airbnb at his residence that I refinanced. He did an add-on to it, and he said he was renting that thing out like crazy because people didn't want to go to hotels.
Nope.
So and so Californians were coming over, road tripping it, and he was booked solid. So go figure, right?
That was the thing initially, because initially they got hit hard because nobody was doing anything, and then it all became, they were having record years, especially up north. As you might imagine, people are going up, for the weekend because nobody's in school and people are working from home, and all that crazy stuff. But I think it'll be really good. I think we'll enjoy that. Did we lose people?
Yeah, we actually had a couple people pop in and then pop back out. One of the gals that was in there, she actually fell out a couple times. She might be having internet connections. And then Joanne, that was her first time in, and she bounced out. You might have scared her, dude. She may have seen your mask and like, okay, I'm out on this.
Hey, if we can't have fun on Halloween, what can we have fun, right?
Exactly.
I won't keep the mask on the whole time. It's fun to wear, isn't it? Hi, Paulette.
Hello, everybody.
Good morning.
John, you haven't changed a bit.
Thank you.
Okay, you didn't scare Joanne away. It must have been her internet connection. She's back in now, so there we go.
We'll get back to normal. It's not really normal, but it's kind of normal. So there. Sort of normal, but that thing is hot. I love Halloween, but why are the masks so hot? Why can't they be like air conditioned or have some kind of fan blowing? It would be awesome, right?
Right, yeah, have some sort of cooling system in them somehow. I mean, heck, this day and age.
You know what? Maybe this is my calling. Maybe to make an air conditioned Halloween mask. Just a thought.
It could be. It could be.
Yeah. For those that don't know, my office in Chandler, we dress for Halloween always. It's just it's hazing. It's a rite of passage. Call it what you will. I am pressured nonstop all year long to wear a Halloween costume. So if I don't, they lock me out and laugh at me and everything else. So I have to do it. It's not that I want to. Yeah, it kind of is, actually. I kind of like driving in my car to the office wearing something like that, and lots of people go, people are looking at you like, well, people, it's Halloween. Come on, go with it.
It's better than being the guy driving down the street alone in your car with a COVID mask on. I haven't figured that one out yet.
I see a lot of that. Maybe you're protecting yourself from yourself.
I know, right? Or all the COVID that's flying in through your air conditioning system or something.
You never know.
I haven't figured that one out yet. Well, hey, welcome everybody to our pre-Halloween edition of Friday Morning Coffee with Kirk and Shane. Can you believe it's the end of October? My goodness, I woke up this morning getting ready for this episode, and time flies when you're having a COVID kind of life, right? That's amazing. We're here already. But, and winter kicked in all of a sudden. What happened there? All of a sudden we went from, 80s and hundreds to, I was like in the 50s the other morning when I woke up, taking the dog out. So it's here. Winter is here officially. So everybody ready for trick-or-treaters?
Are there going to be trick-or-treaters?
Ooh,
That's a bigger
yeah,
question.
I bet you there will be.
It's weird.
A few anyway. I think we've got a couple brave neighbors that they'll put their kids in COVID masks, dress them up like doctors. Everybody's going to be a doctor this year for Halloween, I think.
Go with it, right?
Roll with it. Roll with it. Well, hey, why don't we go ahead and jump into it? I see a couple new faces, so that's awesome. I see a couple new faces, so let me introduce myself real quickly. Most of you guys know me, but my name's Kirk Brewer. I'm the branch manager at Finance of America Mortgage, the downtown Chandler branch. I've been doing this loan gig for almost 20 years, about 19 and a half. It'll be 20 this coming June. So I've been doing this for a while, and actually been doing it all here in the Phoenix Southeast Valley area primarily. Even though I'm a Southern California, been out here 26 years. I actually hold licenses in California and Washington, but been doing the mortgage thing here primarily for the past 20 years. And this guy with the face paint on, I think probably everybody knows him, but I'll let him introduce himself too.
I couldn't quite figure out how to do Gene Simmons. This is about the closest I could get. I don't know. I gave up. Anyway.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, really, it is. I'm kind of a cross between, I don't know what I am, a monk. I don't know what, I'm kind of running with it today, but again, Halloween fun. Hey, and like Kirk said, is anyone complaining about the cool weather? Because I don't think anyone is. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good with winter. Bring it on. But I know it's supposed to get up in the 90s again, or what I'm seeing. But anyways, yeah. Hey, my name, for those that don't know me, my name is Shane Sauer. I'm sales manager over here at Greystone Title. I don't normally dress in Halloween gear, but today's the day. Lot going on. My background a little bit. I've been in the industry since 2006. Moved here from Illinois after 20 plus years in the trades. I used to build custom stairs and railings. If you can believe that. That seems like such a long time ago. I've got an awesome set of tools still though. It's proof. It's like a badge of honor that I did this. But yeah, a lot of Chicago area, southern Wisconsin, and even into eastern Indiana. I think western Iowa. We are all over in that area. So we did a lot of driving, a lot of building, saw a lot of construction going on. When the boom was happening here, it was also happening there. Building was crazy. But it's interesting. I made the transition over to the title world, and it's been awesome. I got in with a buddy of mine who owned a title company. He's like, you got to come out here. Money's growing on trees. And I'm like, okay. And then it all stopped, as we know, as we know, in 07, but then in 08 and whatever else. What didn't kill us made us stronger, right? That's the way I look at it. So here we are today. But yeah, a lot of good stuff going on. Busy. Helping agents with marketing, and we've got great escrow staff at each one of our offices here. Been lucky enough to partner up with Kirk. We've been partnering up for a few years now, you and I, with classes and stuff that we've done. And we started doing this back in June.
Yeah, we've been doing these meetings since June, but again, yeah, we've been partnering up on in-person classes going back 4+ years now, I think 5 years.
Talk about time flying, Yeah, it is amazing. It'll be November, but it's amazing that that's gone so fast. So what's going on in the world of finance this week? Anything fun?
Nothing earth shattering, but I'll go ahead and bring you guys up to speed just so you guys, every week I like to share with you guys what's going on with rates. And then that way, you know, you guys aren't too far out of date, even though it may be the same as last week. I'd like to keep you up on the trend. So let me share my screen here real quick with you guys and show you where we're at on rates. Okay. Are we good? So this is our website, loangeeks.com, just like it sounds. If you go here, this is the home page. You can get to our rates up here on the top menu, and there's a few other places you can get to, and we make it real easy to find rates. I personally update this site daily. And that's Monday through Friday, by the way. Rates don't change over the weekend because the Fed's closed and the bond markets are closed. But I personally update this daily. So if you guys just want to go out there and peek at rates and see what they're doing on any given day, you can, and know that this is up to date. And in fact, when you go out to the rate page and you click on that, you'll see right down here, you'll see when the rates were updated that day. So it's literally updated daily. Nothing really exciting to report right now. You know, last couple of weeks, I've been telling you guys that there's been some pressure, some upward pressure that we're feeling, even though we haven't seen the rates move noticeably. The 30-year fixed, we had actually gotten back up to about 3 1/8. Ooh, 3 1/8. Let's talk about scary Halloween, right? But with the election right around the corner, we've seen, if you guys don't follow the stock market, we've seen the stock market actually kind of roll over a little bit, and the bond market subsequently rally a little bit. So right now, traders are just kind of sitting in this trading range waiting for the election to hit. And so that upward pressure on rates that we were feeling is kind of subsided. So I suspect there's not going to be a whole lot to report, period, until, you know, middle of next week and the election's behind us. And then watch out. I think we'll see a little bit of volatility, maybe short-lived though. A lot of stuff may be cooked into it. So let's cover them real quick. We've been hovering right here on the 15-year fixed conventional, right there in the mid twos, 2.625 for weeks on end. We'd touched down about 2.5 at one point, but we've been kind of sitting right here at this 2 5/8 for a while. That's at par, meaning no points. The 30-year fixed conventional, we're back down at 2.99. It's nice to see that 2 in front, right? I mean, it's essentially 3, but it looks better with the 2. Again, that's at par. Who would have thunk we could be getting 30-year fixed rates in the 2s, right? And it's been that way for the better part of this year since COVID hit. And then looking at the govies, we've actually seen a little bit of improvement on the govie loans. On the FHA 30-year fixed, we're at 2.625. That's come down. We were sitting in the low 3s for the longest time. That still has some premium pricing built into it, as I've spoken about. That's at 1 point, which is on top of the 1.75% upfront MIP funding fee for the FHA. But that's come down noticeably. And I think what we're seeing and why that's come down is, if you recall, last week or the week before, I was talking about how we're starting to hit this 6-month anniversary for folks who went into forbearance, right? And the forbearance, almost every lender is doing them in 6-month increments. The CARES Act said you go up to 12 months, right? So they're doing it in 6-month increments. So as we rolled up into this first 6-month increment around the September, October timeframe, right? COVID hit basically full force in March, late February. We're seeing a lot of people fall off of those forbearance rolls. And so I think that's what's reflecting here in the improvement in the government pricing. Not as many people as they expected were going to roll into a second term of forbearance. Now, this is still high, bearing that premium pricing, but we've seen some improvement, which is good. That's a positive sign across the board for our industry if we start to see people coming out of forbearance. Looking down here at the VA, same thing, 2.625 at 1 point. And then moving over to the jumbo, we've seen a little bit of improvement there too. We're sitting at 3 1/8. We basically come right back down to where we were pre-COVID. Typically our jumbos, when the market's doing good, they mirror the 30-year fixed conventional product. So that's where we're at on rates, folks. Don't expect a whole lot over the course of the next week as we head into the election. It's just going to kind of be in a holding pattern. So let me turn it over to Mr. Shane.
Let me ask you a quick question, Kirk. And honestly, your opinion.
Now, I'm always
what-
going to shoot.
What do you see with rates post-election? Yourself.
Ooh, you know, I get that question every time I'm locking a client, not necessarily post-election, but when it comes time to locking. Well, what do you think rates are going to do? Should I lock? Should I float? And I tell them, and this is the God's honest truth. If I actually knew, and this is no offense to all of you guys, because you guys are wonderful people. If I honestly knew what was going to happen, you guys wouldn't see me. I wouldn't be here right now. I enjoy doing mortgages. I really do. However, I would have made so much money. You guys wouldn't know my name. I'd be off on an island somewhere and you just would see me. I would be gone. I wouldn't do the Richard Branson thing. I'd own the island and you just wouldn't hear from me. I honestly don't know, but I do believe, you know, the traders are cooking in something for us. And I believe there's an outcome. There's a different outcome depending on, and of course, we're talking the presidential election. That's the one that the markets are looking into. There's going to be an outcome if it goes one way versus an outcome if it goes the other way. And I think that was the case 4 years ago. The markets, I think, were setting up for a major rollover because we were in a, you know, almost a 10-year bull market. And then all of a sudden the unexpected happened and the markets went absolutely crazy and kept rolling for another 4 years. It's insane. So I think that type of outcome potentially is what we're looking for. Again, as far as rates go, though, I don't know how much lower we could go. We could hang out here for a while if the election goes one way, or we could see things roll over and we could see rates climb. Inflation is the kryptonite of rates. So we start seeing some serious inflation. Doesn't matter what the Fed does. You know, the Fed's already fired all their bullets. They've got nothing left in the tank. So we start seeing inflation get out of hand. We're going to see some rates, and probably, I mean, I don't want to be the, you know, fear monger, but if it gets out of control, I mean, you could see rates that aren't pretty, not 6s, 7s, and 8s, but even worse. But you know, that's a long way off, I suspect. But let's see how it goes. I mean, we're at the 3% mark right now. You got clients, you got buyers. Tell them to get off the fence if they're thinking they want to wait till after the election. Even though if they're not locked in now, it's probably too late. So
Yeah, and
it's a long-winded answer, and it's a non-committal answer. But
well, it kind of echoes a lot of things that I'm hearing too, you know. And even if any of you were able to join me last Friday with Tina Tambor, I mean, it was pretty interesting. And she's saying, you know, she doesn't expect prices. They expect prices to keep continuing to go up at least for the next 8 to 10 months, and maybe past that. So home prices are just going to keep going up. And she said the same thing. It's like, we got buyers. What are they waiting for? Prices are, you know, so, you know, oh, they're waiting for a downturn in the market. Well, there's nothing on the horizon. So it's going to be interesting to see how that all pans out. But anyways,
yeah.
Real quick, I want to get into a couple things. I want to show you guys a few things this week. And one of them, let me see if I can share my screen correctly. Let me see if I can continue to share it while I'm going through screens. We'll see how that works out. Can you see this newsletter? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Okay, this is our brand new newsletter. I just want to share it with you really quick. It's going out today for folks that are getting it. And I've got a lot of people. This is the Southeast Valley version. We actually have 2 different versions this month, because Southeast Valley, all of a sudden we've got some live events. West Valley and Scottsdale still have an online version, but that is out now too. I'm going to be getting it out to agents today. Let's see, we've got some in chat here. Oh, that's Kirk. Okay.
2 pages. Obviously, it won't have my information. It won't have my picture on it. It will have your information on there and your brokerage. So 2 sides. If you'd like this thing, let me know. All I need is a headshot, logo. That's really it, and your information. I'll brand it and get it out to you today. We could send it out as a JPEG as well. So you can post it on Facebook. Comes over as a PDF, and you can share. You can email it out to your clients or print it out or do whatever you want with it. It's a cool little piece and another great touch for your folks. Let me see if I can share. If I can do this, this would be really cool. Let me see. Hang on. Can you see the market update? No? Yes? No?
Not yet.
All right. Then I probably have to stop sharing. Sometimes I can cycle through screens, but not today. You probably can see it now though.
Yes,
Okay.
we can.
All right. And I want to get the meat and potatoes with this thing. I did pull up Glendale today. We are all over the globe today, really, being on Zoom. But so we can get these for any city, really anywhere in Arizona, actually, wherever you're marketing. We can go down to the zip code level. Cool stuff comes out every week. Comes out on Wednesdays. It's going to give you a snapshot of last week. What went down in Glendale last week. This is a pretty light approach. It isn't Cromford. It's more of a marketing piece, more of something for you to use for your clients. So yeah, I think it gives them a pretty good picture of what's going on in different areas. But super easy to share these things. You can email them out to clients. You could share them on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter. You could print them out, or you could print even a bigger version of this. It's like a 6-page version, which gets a little more, there's a lot more meat to it, I guess, a lot more to look at. But it's really neat to see what's going on. And to me, these are like a little Bible. I look at these things. I get them early before they go out. So I study these things. I love looking at and see what's going on. I did pull up Glendale, so you can see the median list price here. You can see median rent, which I look at a lot as well because rents are going up so much. You can see inventory levels. You can see average days on market. All this stuff is here. You got a little buyer seller index. 30 is the benchmark that Altos uses. Anything under 30 is the buyer's market. Anything over 30 is the seller's market. And that goes from 0 to 100, 100 being the high. You can see where Glendale is at a 78, which is up there. There's a few areas that are up there a little farther, like Santan Valley, which is like a 95. It's crazy. Amazing to look at. You can search up this thing. So if you send it out to clients, they can search on it. It's a tool that they can use. They can punch up little areas that they want to look at, different zip codes. You can pull that right up, and they can subscribe to it so they can start getting it too. Yeah, this is my zip code. Yeah, sitting at 95 on a seller's market. It doesn't get a whole lot higher. Sellers have the upper hand. I'm not selling my house, but if I was, I know what I get. I know what I can do. But there's a lot of cool stuff on here. So it's very interactive online like this, so you can kind of follow along and see where this has gone. And this is just 85225. Let's go back to Glendale real quick. Glendale, California.
Paulette said she'll be your agent.
Yeah, okay, right on. Yeah, so you've got a graph here, and you can kind of flip around, and you got a little drop down here. You can see what's going on as far as inventory and all these things right here. You can see this is last week, okay? This is what came on the market in Glendale, new inventory, and what's sold, and the average days on market here. You could bust this out if you want to see, say, median list price. You could break this out in the market segments. You can look at what that is, and that is these, of course, right here, your different price points, and you can see what that's been doing over time. Really cool stuff. I love playing with this. There's a condo search on here too, so you can look and see what condos are doing, how that's going. A lot to be gleaned from these things. They don't cost anything. I've got a lot of people that get these weekly. So I do want to show you one more quick thing though, if I can. I hate having to bust out here and do this, but where are you? Where are you? Where's the thing I'm looking for? I don't know where the thing I'm looking for is. Oh my God, I'm so unprepared. There it is. Okay, let's do this. So I took these reports and I created a one-page report, basically looking at things here in the valley, and then vacation places or second home spots like in the White Mountains and Flag and whatever, because I really wanted to compare them side by side. I mean, it was kind of a pain flipping through the reports for me, but so I kind of put these together on one page, and I've been sharing them with agents, and it's a little one-page thing. I send it out on Monday mornings. I try to get it out Monday mornings because that's when I get the information that's coming into me. But when you see it all together, you can really make some assumptions as to what's going on. I mean, you can see where inventory is. There's a lot of red here, a lot of minuses. Now, these are based on 7-day increments, so it's a little volatile, but it gives you an idea. And I'm able to spot trends with this and whatever else. Prices, things going up and things going down. I've marked that. Chandler has been on the upswing as far as median list price now for at least 3 weeks. I've marked that. Gold Canyon the same way. Scottsdale's been going up. Paradise Valley was going up, and now it's back on its way down again, which it was crazy. I mean, this is the first week I've ever seen Fountain Hills over $1 million as a median list price. First time ever. And I've been getting this report for 4 years at least. Amazing to see that. But it's really interesting to see what's going on outside the valley here, where folks are buying up those second homes, and where prices are. I mean, Prescott at median list price is $677. Wow. I think it's wow. I mean, Flagstaff, has always been expensive, but it's just, Pine Top's over 600,000 right now as a median list price. I mean, that seems excessive, but there's nothing up there to buy anymore. Inventory is so strangled off, just like it is down here. It's kind of amazing. I do have a place up in Pine Top, and I watch even down my street. There's places breaking ground. There's like everything's getting filled in. Everybody's bought up the empty lots. Everything's just getting built up. So kind of amazing stuff. So if you like this thing on a weekly basis, I would be more than happy to add you to the database. I know, Craig, I called you yesterday, and I'll get you on this thing, so you'll start getting this. But if anybody else would like this that's on this call right now, just let me know. I'd be more than happy to add you to the database so you can start getting this. It's a quick little look and see what's going on, but pretty interesting stuff, I think, nonetheless. I'm a numbers guy anyway, so the more numbers in front of me, the happier I am. It's like that. I mean, I love that stuff. So keep me posted. Yeah. So that's a quick look at what I'm looking at this week.
I love those reports. You know me, I'm a numbers guy. I'm a data guy, having, been a nuclear physicist in a prior occupational life. So I love those reports. I'm looking at that one report, the Altos report. I love seeing that every week. And the one thing that I noted today that I hadn't really looked at before is that inventory curve. We're so short on inventory, and we've been talking for weeks about, is it really that sellers aren't listing as many properties as they had in the past? Or is it that the fact that maybe it's the same amount of sellers listing, but the second they're listed, or even if they're in coming soon, they're coming off instantaneously, so that we're short on inventory. And I don't know what the answer is, and I don't think there's the data out there that's going to tell us what that is per se, other than maybe the number of homes in escrow. Maybe we can look at that number and see how many is in escrow historically that's currently pending, and see, is the number of pendings up, or is the number of pendings down relative? We know the active listings are lower, right? But the one thing that I was looking at was we got a long way to go from kind of where we would call it normal to where we're at. So it's, if we get a little blip here and there, we're not all of a sudden getting back to where it's an equal market between buyers and sellers, or maybe even seeing that pendulum swing to where all of a sudden it becomes a buyer's market. And I don't know where that extra inventory is going to come from. I've been noodling this for over a year. It's like, where is it going to come from? So investors are cash flowing. Why would they sell?
And home builders are way behind. I mean,
they can't keep up. even if
No,
they
and
wanted to sell out everything, which they don't, right? They trickle out a few lots at a time. But if they wanted to, there's a labor shortage. They're behind. They can't build them any faster.
no, and
And they
we've
learned the
got,
last go around, they better not build them any faster, because next thing you know, it'll change on a dime and they're sitting there holding the bag.
yeah, we've got so many. I was asked this question the other day about how many people are moving into Arizona on a monthly basis. And somebody told me, I was on a Zoom call yesterday with somebody, and they told me there was 13,000 people a month coming from California. I'm like, that seems like a lot. I'm not saying it's not possible. It just seems like a lot. And I know they're not just all buying here. I know they're buying other places in Arizona. I mean, but that's just, if that's true, that's just California. So
Yeah.
where are they going? I mean, we're gonna have tents eventually, right? I mean, big campers and RVs. But what you touched on, and Cromford, according to Cromford, we're high with listings right now. We're getting a lot of listings, but they're being gobbled up that fast, so it's not affecting inventory whatsoever. I meit's just they're being eaten so quickly. Inventory can't grow. So
Well, and I suspect there's maybe some pent up sellers that didn't want to sell during COVID because they just don't want people in their house. So
yeah.
maybe we get a little bit of respite there when everybody feels confident again. I don't know if a vaccine's the case, or maybe it's just finally all the professionals say, look, the death rate on this thing's, less than the swine flu or whatever it was, and it's okay to go out there again. But whatever it is, yeah, maybe we'll see a few people feel comfortable letting folks walk through their homes again. And
I don't know. I read this morning that cases are back on the upswing again.
Yeah, in Europe, that's what I'm hearing. I don't know about here.
I don't know. It's hard to know what to believe with stuff. It really is. It's just, I think we're just in that weird spot, and there's just so many forces that play here. It's like, who's telling the truth?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it all comes clear next Tuesday, right?
Right.
Right, Natasha?
Magically is gone. Yeah.
The road will be clear after next Tuesday, I guess. Something, right?
Yeah.
One way or another, right? So anyways, we do have Patrick McQueen will be joining us November 13th. I did talk to him. That's
awesome.
Only a couple weeks away, which is crazy. And I think we'll be talking some Airbnb, VRBO in pandemic, all kinds of crazy stuff. And we're trying to get him booked for an event too. And if you attended one of Patrick McQueen's events, you know that he's awesome. So I'm really excited to get him in here on our show, and then have a little event with them the following week. So yeah, all that before Thanksgiving, which is oddly just a few weeks away.
Now, Patrick's a real estate attorney, correct? For those who don't know.
Yeah, he does. Most of you have probably had a class with Patrick or been to a seminar of his. He's a good guy. I mean, and he knows his stuff. So it's going to be really entertaining to get him in here on our show for one. I mean, I'm excited about that. But yeah, real estate attorney, but specializes in, I don't know, he specializes in a lot of stuff. I got a thing from him today about, there was a blurb about, what did he send me? He sent me something crazy today. It's just some kind of offbeat stuff. I get some notifications from him. This one had to do with does curbside pickup violate your commercial lease? So there's a lot with commercial stuff too. So he's kind of all over the map a little bit, but kind of like Mike Abel, like a jack of all trades, I guess, maybe.
Yeah. Good resource to have. Between him and Mike, you probably have it covered.
Yes, I agree.
Hey, we're running a little bit over, but I think we got started a couple minutes late this morning. Man, can you believe Thanksgiving's going to be right around the corner? We're going to dish out some candy here tomorrow, and then head towards Turkey Day before you know it. We always love to open this thing up throughout the whole meeting, by the way. Feel free to unmute yourselves for new folks that are here and pipe in. This isn't just the Kirk and Shane show. We really want this to be interactive. It's supposed to be a great community where everybody can kind of ask questions and share. And so as we're wrapping up here, has anybody got any questions for myself, for Shane, for the rest of the group? More than welcome. All right, nobody?
We covered it.
Cool. I don't have anything else other than have a safe Halloween. It'll be interesting to see how many trick-or-treaters are out. Probably the number's going to be way down. I suspect we'll see a few. At least, you know, the neighbors who kind of, you know each other and stuff. But I think trick-or-treating's been down, at least at our house, it's been down for years as they keep doing more and more of this trunk-or-treat thing. It's a little safer, I think, for kids, and it's easier for the parents. They don't have to walk them around the whole neighborhood. They just take them to the park and get their booty of candy. So got everybody. Shane, if you got nothing else, I say we wrap it up. Everybody go have a great Friday. And I'm here if you have any mortgage questions. And I know Shane's always available to help you guys with your marketing and any title related stuff. With that, see you guys next week. Take care. Good to see you guys. Bye now.